Oh, I got something. Now it's doing it. Oh, I got something. Now it's doing it. That's no, I want to do that. Okay, well, since we are streaming live, I'm going to go ahead and do this a little bit more professional. So, of course, welcome to DMV Business Crossing Network. This is another one of our amazing sessions brought to us by Tashina, who has been providing all year monthly workshops about a variety of topics on how to just be the best entrepreneur that we can be. So today we're going to be talking about self-care. So that's exciting. And we are just waiting a few more minutes for people to join, and then we're going to get started.
Sounds good. Yeah, I think this is a time where we start to let our self-care slide. So we got to talk about it at the end of the year. And then January comes and we're like, oh, I got to have goals. It's got to be every.
Exactly. So we will give it just a couple more minutes.
We got to
just making sure that was working. So what time are you an hour behind us here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
It's so funny that it did not dawn on me until I literally looked at it, and I was like, because I looked back at your message, because I was like, did I send her the link? And then I was like, wait a minute. I said 6 and she's 5 p.m. Chicago time. I wonder if she meant to keep it at 6.
Yeah, I mean, because after you sent the message, I published I looked at the invite, and the invite said 5 p.m. Eastern, because I am very used to having people join my classes and stuff from different time zones, right?
Gotcha.
So I'm always going to pay attention to what the invite said. So in my head, it was 5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, perfect.
Once it was published, yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
So we'll give it about 2 more minutes, and then we will get it going. I know sometimes people are messaging me, so let me just do a quick check. Okay, we are 1 minute away from 5 minutes in. So we're going to get started. I know, like I said, a number of people have signed up, so hopefully they will be trickling in. But we're going to get started because we are so excited, as always, to have you, Tashina, hosting this. So again, this is Business Crossing Network, which we are a membership group that is all about keeping you connected for success. So we do that through various trainings, workshops, networking. We have a lot more coming in 2023. So definitely make sure to just follow BCN and all that we're doing. And with that said, Tashina, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on over to you.
All righty, sounds good. So again, today we are talking about cultivating the art of self-care. So I went and got a whole bunch of certifications, and I actually am certified in self-care among lots of other things. And so I refer to myself as a holistic business coach because I do have a marketing degree and I have certifications in things like success habits, and I work with things like strength finders to help people focus. And so I do all of these business things that I help salespeople, entrepreneurs, and busy professionals. But then I myself had to get rid of a lot of my workaholic tendencies and needed a lot more tools for my own emotional, mental, and physical wellness, especially 8 years ago or so. And so I, within the last 3 years, when I got certified in things like aromatherapy, naturopathy, mindfulness, self-care, and a few other things. So I love sharing this because, again, I come from the automotive world for my day job. I am the firstborn workaholic of 2 workaholic perfectionist parents. And so self-care is something that you need to be actively planning for your emotional and mental health. And it's a whole umbrella, and it's various things like, we'll see self-care Sunday and we're sitting in a bath and we're doing a facial, right? It goes a lot more than that. It has to be something daily. It's something active, something that you plan for so that you can have good mental and emotional health. And it includes things like taking time for yourself, of course, but also just basic things that we've talked about throughout the year, like staying hydrated, putting your health first, fueling your body, doing things like going outside, being genuine, practicing forgiveness, and acknowledging your feelings. So again, all aspects of physical, emotional, and mental wellness. And again, if you always hear me talk, I talk about the 8 dimensions of wellness. They're all integrated. They all intertwine with each other. And we're going to touch on a few of those in this session today. So if you ever hear a presentation from me, you're going to probably hear somewhere between 3 to 8 quotes because I just love quotes. So to start out, to get us in the mindset, some motivational truths. Don't set yourself on fire to keep the room warm. A lot of women entrepreneurs have the habit of taking care of everyone else before they take care of themselves. Self-care is good for you to take care of yourself first because you will be more productive, happy, and be able to help other people the more that you take care of yourself. Every human being is the author of their own health. We really do have control of our health. Yes, when we get older, maybe we have to add some new tools in and maybe we have to put some more effort in, but your body is your friend and it's trying to tell you something as you go through challenges and differences in your life. It may seem that you got to 30 or 40 or 50 and things started happening rapidly, but you really do have a lot more control of your health than you realize if you are proactive about it. And so life is a state of balance. And again, your body holds deep wisdom. Trust in it, learn from it, nourish it, watch your life transform, and be healthy. Quote by Bella Blue. So it's just a matter of a lot of times we try to push through, we try to ignore things, we try not to listen to our bodies. We try to give it not good fuel, but if we really trust it and listen to it and learn from it, we will be better off. So self-care. Why is it important? If you lack stability and self-care in life, then the care you give is sick care, not health care, from Rashi Joan Halifax. And unfortunately, here in the United States, that's what we tend to do. We tend to gravitate to grab something when we don't feel well. And we go to the doctor because we're sick. And so we're in the habit of sick care. But if we start to have self-care and do things on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, then we will reduce the incidence that we need sick care. So some questions to reflect on to see if you are practicing self-care. Just rhetorical questions that you want to make a mental note or even write it down and see where you need to increase things. Do you deal with stress effectively? Do the foods you eat provide nutrients? Do you sleep well? Do you move your body? Do you have the right tribe, people encouraging you? Do you cultivate stillness? Are you cultivating the right mindset? Are you eliminating toxins from your life? So this is a lifestyle. And it has to do with our habits, our attitudes, the standards, what our economic level is and trying to raise that. It really, it gives us the mode of living on an individual level. So first, starting about our emotions, one of the major things that we can just do is change how we respond to things. As we get older, we just tend to be very, very reactive to things. Rather than being reactive, we want to observe the physical cues, identify the stressor, and then respond with skillful action. And here are some natural ways to deal with stress. Again, throughout the year, we've talked about a lot of these things. We want to make sure that we're doing exercise regularly. Mindfulness and meditation. We've actually done some of those practices throughout these workshops. Different types of relaxation exercises. Writing, which is something that I use very frequently with my clients, having them doing types of trauma writing or writing to release emotions. Time manager strategies, we talked about that in one of our workshops. Daily aromatherapy, because literally when it comes to ways to calm your mind, your limbic system, your sense of smell goes into your limbic system, which goes directly to the seat of your emotions in your brain. And you can't trick it. You can't bypass. Now, I can use journaling to modify my emotions, but sometimes I don't feel like journaling. Or I can use touch therapy, but what if I don't feel like doing it? Whereas just turning on my diffuser or grabbing essential oils and deep breathing for 2 minutes is going to dramatically change our emotions, whether I feel like I want it to change them or not. It will automatically do it because it goes directly and bypasses everything to the seat of your emotions. So if you are not using aromatherapy multiple times a day on a daily basis to manage your emotions, you are missing out on the best way to regulate your emotions. And of course, other holistic therapies, sound therapy, art therapy, touch therapy. There'll be many times where I'm chatting with friends, like I'm sending them voice notes and they will hear that at the end of the day, a lot of times I just go to YouTube, relaxing music. And that's my background for the last hour of the day while I'm doing anything. CBD oil has been something that's worked very well for people. Herbal teas, I love my teas. Herbal supplements, there's a lot of things. When I do my scans with people to help them to eat exactly what their body needs, it also recommends what supplements they may need. And time with nature or time with animals is proven to also be great ways to deal with stress. So nutrition. Remember, every time you eat or drink, you are either feeding disease or fighting it. So everyone knows I live by the 80-20 rule. I 75% of the time maybe eat vegetarian or vegan, unless I'm traveling a lot, and then you'll see me eat a lot less vegan or vegetarian. So I do eat meat. I try to eat meat as clean as possible, but I was traveling today and I ate processed food today. I had digestive enzymes when I did it. I'm going to have more digestive enzymes later. But I only brought one snack bar with me. That's all I bought. I just came out of town Monday. So I'm always going to currently I live by the 80-20 rule, 75-25 sometimes. Perhaps I'll get mature enough where I'm 100% avoiding sugar and avoiding alcohol and avoiding all the bad things, but I'm not there yet. But when I do it, I'm making a conscious decision, right? Like if I decide I'm going to a party tomorrow and I probably will drink alcohol, but that means I probably won't drink alcohol for 7 days after that. And I'm going to do a lot of detox. I know that my life would be better maybe if I cut out alcohol. And I know my life would be better if I cut out all sugar. I know this quote is true. And then that moment, I'm literally feeding something that could lead me closer to a disease. And I'm making a conscious decision to do that. And I have a strategy to minimize the effects of that. We just need to keep this in mind. This isn't about perfection. It's about making conscious decisions. And the majority of the time, choosing the right way to do things. Let food be thy medicine. I love this. Hippocrates. It's just so important. Whole food supplements and foods can make such a difference. I mean, I have my own testimonials, have testimonials of clients that have used the amazing skin that we provide to people, and within a week, they just can't believe how much their energy levels have just shot up because they are eating the things that their body said, I need this nutrition. I'm oversaturated with these foods. It's not giving me any nutrition. Food truly can be our medicine. And again, your life is a sum total of all your choices. As I said, I'm a person that is like 75-25, 80-20. And so the sum of my choices being mostly positive, usually 2/3 or more good decisions, gives me a healthy life, gives me an energetic life, gives me a life that is free mostly of disease, or when I have something falling underneath, I have solutions and I'm thriving through that. And just remember, the food industry, especially in the United States, it's just full of half-truths. There's funding for major studies of saying all these billboards that tell us we should eat certain things may not be the best things for us. Pushing beef, pushing milk, right? I minimize my intake of dairy. And just remember, they're in the business of making money. So make sure that we're eating super fruits, super juices. We get into details. We have the workshop that we already did, and I have a full course on it that tells more about this, the vigor, strength, and vitality. But this is something that we want to do. This is part of our self-care, making healthy food choices. Again, the majority of the time that we can. And then there's some specific things that I use. There are red juice. I've been promoting it for the past couple of months. It's just nutrient dense. There's been so many studies with a company that I represent. Because optimum nutrition is the best medicine, sooner or later you pay the price of poor nutrition. So the studies that have recently been done on this have shown that it helps with our mood support, it helps with eyesight, overall health, immune system, sleeping better, all types of things. So just make sure that you have some nutrient-dense foods and supplements and liquid supplements. One of the main things that I see when I'm doing these scans with people, when I was in California, did it for a couple of friends out there, is that we need more variety and more nutrient-dense foods in our lives. Turmeric. So we're just sharing a few just powerhouse things. Turmeric itself is anti-cancer, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. New studies showing anti-aging properties and over 6,200 clinical studies. So this is also one that I take. I was rear-ended in May 10th, and that was my 4th accident in a matter of like 6 years or so. So this is a spice. So making sure that we have lots of spices in our diet. This is going to help us, especially those of us that, again, over 30, over 40, it's time to give our bodies some additional support. Garlic is another thing to keep in our diet. And again, one of the most important things is these are general suggestions, but if you truly want to make some changes in your diet, you've got to do the scan that I offer to my clients. And then you can know exactly which of these spices, which of these vegetables are the best for you. But garlic in general is anti-aging and reduces chronic disease. So food, eating the best that we can. Now, going over to sleep. Here's some questions to ask yourself. Do you have trouble falling asleep? Do you wake up and have trouble going back to sleep? Are you often tired when you wake up? Do you have fitful sleep? I used to be, when I was younger, I know for sure in my teens, I was a fitful sleeper. My cousins or siblings could not sleep with me because I would beat them up. And here's the top 5 signs of lack of sleep. You're moody, you're exhausted, you make a lot of mistakes, you lack focus, you're unhappy. So, how do we get better sleep? To improve your snooze routine, you can diffuse essential oils in your bedroom. The blend there that you see, that's my little nephew. He was very, very colicky baby, never slept, and that was a blend that really helped him. And it really helps all my high-strung family members, all my nieces and nephews, we love that. Apply lavender to your pillow. Keep the room dark and cool. No electronics. So I do not have anything except for an alarm clock in my bedroom. I don't have a TV in my bedroom, and my cell phones charge on the other side of my house. I don't have any electronics in my bedroom other than an alarm clock. Wake up and go to bed at the same time every day. And you can try a warm, hot bath with oils prior to bed. And movement. Movement is also a part of our self-care. So movement for health. Movement is essential for health. We want to make sure that we are keeping in mind health of our pelvic and shoulder girdles. Mindful movements help expand the human potential. It's a key in weight loss. And it's also a great stress reducer. Again, we mentioned that earlier. It's on our list of things to reduce our stress, but there's also so many other benefits. And again, we deep dive this in one of our other workshops. So it does not have to be something major. There are times when I'm trying to do some goals and things like that, and I'm making sure that I'm getting in some high intensity workouts. But I kind of follow sometimes a lot of the rhythm of what people do. Like, for example, I know I'm going on vacation to Hawaii. You can best believe that January, February, before my vacation in March, I will be doing some high intensity workout. But if I'm not in a mode where I feel like I'm trying to get muscle tone or maybe drop a few pounds, I generally, if it's warm enough out, will make sure that I get in a 30-minute walk no matter what, because there's so many benefits, and you have to move every single day. When I'm out of town and I'm in a hotel, usually I always take the stairs down. I will try to work out. But if you're not moving at all, just start with a 30-minute walk every day. There's so many benefits of just doing that. It reduces heart disease and stroke by 27%. Decreases risk of diabetes, some cancers, and asthma. It can help prevent osteoporosis. 1 in 6 over 80 will get dementia, and it reduces the risk of that by 40%. It improves your mood, and it lowers your blood pressure. And then, this is one of the often missed portions of self-care and of wellness is environmental wellness. We need to eliminate toxins from our lives. And again, for those of us, once we get over 30, 40, 50, this starts to affect us more and more. So one of the contributing factors to a lot of different diseases that we start to see manifesting, and we believe that they're normal, but if we can do things like eliminate toxins, we can minimize those. So how do you do that? There's a documentary called Stink. It appears on Netflix fairly regularly. I didn't check beforehand to see if it was available right now. But if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend that you see it. It will definitely give you the information that you need and the motivation to start eliminating toxins from your life. And then you can look up the toxicity level in the products that you're using around your home, your personal products, your hair care products, your beauty products, at environmentalworkinggroup.org, EWG.org. Help you to know your environment and protect your health. So how do you craft a toxic-free life? Remember that authenticity matters. Authentic matters. So when it comes to your essential oils, CBD, herbs, and natural remedies, and cleaning products, you want to go with locally sourced or companies that own their own farms. You want to read your labels and avoid greenwashing. So just because it says green on the front doesn't mean that it doesn't have toxins in the back. So read the labels. Educate yourself, and take it one room at a time. I was addicted to all the toxic things. I was addicted to couponing to get all the good cleaning products, couponing to get the cheapest makeup from CVS, couponing to get all of the beauty products. I was a Bath and Body Works junkie. I was a candle junkie. And so when I decided to go toxic free, it took me a long time. It probably took me 2 years to do it because I'm a little frugal and I wasn't going to throw that stuff away. But I was able to convert it. And you just want to take it one room at a time, one area at a time. Within 12 months, you will have made a significant impact on your family's home. And it's not about spending more, it's about spending better. So again, maybe start with your cleaning products and switch over to green cleaning products your first month. Then move over to the bathroom and do your personal care products. And like with a lot of people, like the last one you do usually is your makeup, because really it can be difficult to find clean makeup, but thankfully I do have mostly clean makeup now. But just take it one step at a time. So we want to eliminate, nutrify, and supplement. So again, clean home care products and personal care products, nutrient dense foods first and foremost, and supplements when necessary. And then if you need any other support, I have online courses for these different areas, and these are ones that we talked about on a 1 hour basis, but these courses are things that you can go over on an 8-week period, 12-week period, 28-day period that can really solidify these things for you. So I have a course that's Biohack Your Brain for Success. I have a course that's called Flow, Mindfulness for Everyone, and it takes you 28 days to emotional wellness. And then I have a full course on vigor, strength, and vitality holistically. And then, of course, if we are not connected yet, please follow me on LinkedIn and YouTube, Tashina Gonzalez. I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube, 300 of which are in Spanish. And I'm constantly creating content on Instagram or Facebook classes and then loading them on there. Some of my more recent ones that I did was natural support for sleep apnea, natural support for rashes. Do you know anyone that can benefit from that information? So if you're not subscribed yet and have your notifications on YouTube, please do that right after this. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at SweetCanella5. Instagram is where I usually create a lot of the content and then later gets downloaded on YouTube. I have regular classes, and that's where you can find them is the Facebook there, vidaactiva.life. I know the ones that I have coming up within the next 30 days are ones talking about healthy weight management. We're also going to talk about immune system 101. Those will be in both English and Spanish. I also have healthy curves, natural ways to dissolve fat and cellulite. I have that coming up at the end of December. So again, if you're not following that page, make sure you do that. And with Facebook classes, all you have to do is mark interested, and I will make sure that you get the recording from YouTube directly, and then you won't have to search for it. Twitter, _Canella. On Twitter, periodically, I was doing it very regularly, but life's been a little bit busy. I will do audio Twitter Spaces mindfulness sessions. So once again, you can mark yourself to going to that, get the replays, and those get loaded up to a podcast later. And then lastly, email me any questions at any time. And then my website is there as well. So that is what I want to share with everyone today. With that, I will stop sharing. If there are any questions, feel free to ask me.
I just want to say hi. How you doing, Tashina?
Hello, how are you?
This was very informative and some good reminders. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yep.
Andrea.
Thank you so much, Tashina. I'm so sorry I was late, but thank you. Hey,
no problem. No problem.
And I definitely want this to also be an opportunity for people to kind of do a little talking about what they do. Before we get to that, I did have a question. So there's tons of products out there. There's tons of companies, and it can be very overwhelming. I think everyone who's currently in this call is already very familiar kind of with just that environment of natural products and things like that. But for a person like me, I'll get overwhelmed and I just will give up.
Yep.
But I notice, especially as I'm getting older and I'm getting into that perimenopausal stage, and so dealing with the high inflammation and gut issues and all of that, what would you recommend for where
do the scan, 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 do the scan. Like literally, that was me. That literally was me with all those things. And anytime I deviate, it asks your body what you need. You have to ask your body what you need. You have to stop going by what's popular. You have to ask your body what it needs. And I have a tool to do that. And literally, I've helped hundreds of people change their life by asking their body what it needs. First and foremost, it's going to tell you, because that's what happens once we get like over 35, we have all these toxins that have flooded into our body, and now we can't handle it. And it's like a cup of water, right? And we've been dripping just one little bit of poison in that cup of water for a long time, and it never really noticed. But once we get over 35, it starts to overflow, and now we need some help. And like you said, all of us are eating healthy. 3 years ago, I was eating so healthy, and I went to functional medicine, and I was pre-diabetic. All my hormones were a mess. And they gave me general advice to go vegan, and I almost died. My hemoglobin went down to 7.8, and I had no iron in my system because I was using general advice. But then when I found a scan that I now use for other people and have helped 100 people, and I started eating according to that scan, because it's only going to give you healthy food. But what I was finding is I was eating the same food over and over again, and therefore my body was oversaturated from those nutrients, and my body wanted different things. So it helps you distinguish for the people that are already taking supplements and vitamins. Also, I just ran the scan with a client this past weekend, and she came to me and she's like, I have no energy. And she was like, I think something's wrong with my adrenals and my thyroid. I ran her scan, and that wasn't her problem at all. What came up was that she needed her cortisol levels were super high, and she was deficient in vitamin B. So instead of guessing, use a tool that's going to give you the answers, and that will narrow down the direction.
I'm definitely gonna take you up on that. I know Andrea has her hand up. I will just say quickly, I happen to love my doctor, and I feel like, he hasn't steered me wrong up until this point. But I will say this, I've never had thyroid issues, like ever. And I just, have started getting like I'm really cold, I'm really hot, and all these different things, which, I'm like, okay, this is definitely hormonal. Long story short, I'm also type 2 diabetes. He had put me on a new medicine for that like 6 months ago. The medicine itself says it can cause thyroid, I forget the term, but something related to thyroid, I think can even potentially thyroid cancer. How about I go get blood work a couple of months ago and my thyroid levels are high? And I'm like, is this related to the medicine? And this doctor who I trust, I love, he's like, no, not at all. I want you to get on thyroid medicine. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it yet. I'm going to do this scan and do some research. But I'm like, I don't think they're trying to kill us.
No.
But I do agree with you that we have to be our own advocate. I could talk for hours. Let me turn it over to Andrea because she's had her hand raised.
No, I'll be brief. Thanks, Lita. Yeah, I think what you were saying is amazing, Tashina, because so many people, including myself, I was vegan for a while, and I'm not a person that has to eat a lot of meat. I don't crave it, but I low iron, very anemic, and other issues. And so I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I was gonna ask you, how do you do the scan if you don't live in the same state as you? But I see you put a link up for the scan.
So it is actually voice technology and tactile technology. So
Amazing.
we only think of frequency when it comes to sound. We measure decibels and we measure hertz. But with this scan, actually, there's frequency in everything. There's frequency in the food, there's frequency in our supplements. And so what it does is it measures the frequency in your voice, and it finds the matches with the food and the supplements. And the ones that have the greatest match are the ones that you actually need. So I do have other scans, like I have a DNA scan, and I have another one that you actually hold, but this one can be done remotely.
Amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
And Edna, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, listen, I just have to give a testimonial, okay?
We love those.
Listen, I did the scan the first time about a year ago, Tashina, right?
Yep.
I have been doing it religiously every 2 weeks. Let me tell you, it works.
What?
I've been exposed to foods that I've never eaten before, like black rice, northern beans. I mean, all these things I've never tried before, but the scan told me to eat them. And my energy levels, I mean, they're still low, but they're level and I have energy. Of course, if I have a crazy day or life is crazy, then I feel more tired. But for the most part, I feel more energized. And I can tell at first, and let me tell you, I was skeptical because I was like, Tashina, how does this thing work? But she explained it and it made sense. But I can see that when I eat certain foods a lot, it gets on the list where it says avoid these foods. And foods that I'm not eating a lot, it's on the list to eat these foods. So I can see how it makes sense in my diet. And it really is helping. I'm seeing a difference. Yeah.
That is
wow.
So would you say that it was value for what I charged? Because the price is going up after.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It is worth it for sure. For sure. And then
we better get on Andrea.
We better get on now.
I get a subscription and I'm paying a few dollars a month just to keep that subscription. And I'm able to do scans every 2 weeks. And I do the scan and then I do my shopping list and I go shopping and it's perfect. It's really helping me a lot. So I would definitely recommend it.
And you don't have to guess anymore. You don't have to do what's popular just because it's popular. Like you literally are asking your body what it needs. And the same thing, like there's certain things you need to eat daily. Those are few. Certain things you need to eat weekly and certain you need monthly. And like, we just get in the habit of eating the same healthy things. We're eating the same healthy things. And but your body is like, wait a minute, I'm oversaturated with that stuff. I need something different.
Yeah. The first scan I had, I was eating healthy. There were on the do not eat list were all these vegetables, like every vegetable possible. So it's like, okay, my body was like, okay, enough already with these vegetables.
Yeah.
I don't think I was eating enough fruit. So I had to incorporate, but yeah, it really does work. It's great.
Yeah. The friend that I did it with over the weekend that thought she had these certain issues, she's vegetarian. And I was like, you got to stop eating spinach. You got to stop eating broccoli. I was like, I know you love it. You eat too much of it. Your body says it needs a break. I need you to eat some squash and some beets, and I need you to eat your body needs some root vegetables right now. It needs some bitter greens right now. That's going to have what you need. So.
And you know what, Edna, I'm glad that you were on this call. I'm glad that you shared because I know Edna is very, very serious about, do you go by Edna or Raquel?
You're on mute.
Okay. Yeah, I know that she is very, very, very about natural and healthcare and women being okay and using natural products. So that's a huge, huge testimonial right there. Someone who's been doing it, who I know for a fact is just very, very serious about it. So I think it's time for me to make that investment before those new year, new prices, all that.
Wow. How do we get set up with it, Tashina? How do we sign up?
I put the link in the chat. Are you able to see the chat?
Yes. Okay, so let me click on that link.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, now I see it. Okay, now I have to. Perfect. Okay, I see a YouTube video. Okay, so just go through there and then sign up. Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Yep.
Wow. That
Excited.
is cool. Cool. All right. So, and then your hand is raised. Is it just still raised or did you?
It's still raised. Let me put it down.
Okay. So before we wrap up, I do want to give everyone an opportunity to kind of do the networking portion of this. So I'd love for you to just share, who you are, what kind of business you're into, that kind of thing. So Edna, you're front and center on my screen right now. So why don't you go ahead? I know you have a couple of things, so feel free to share what you have going on and how that might benefit us now and even those who are watching the replay.
So this year has been crazy. I've pivoted like 3 times. I started a new investing business with notes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with notes, mortgage notes. So I took a course on that. And then now I pivoted again. My husband and I are doing a software marketing agency. So we're offering business solutions to small businesses. It's, all the stuff that businesses need, like the CRM. It has a nice hub where you can post all your social media, all the different outlets on one spot. It has a hub where you can do all your communication, or your email, or your DM in one spot. But what's nice, I mean, this we're affiliated with, the company is called Go High Level. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but it's a beast when it comes to software. I mean, it can do everything. So, it's just a matter of figuring out what it is that you need, but it's really cool and it's not expensive. And again, the convenience is that it's all in one place. The services are all in one place. So, if you're paying for different, like for a social media planner, for your CRM, for your platform, for courses, you're able to put it all in one place. So it's really cool. So that's when my husband and we finally decided I was going to take a break from Purity, which is breaking my heart. But in order for us to really make headway with our business, we're working together now. So I'm helping him on this and just learning. And it's a whole new thing for me, but I'm learning it, and it's fun. It's fun. But eventually I do want to get back to the note investing, which is really interesting. I enjoy that too. And then back to Purity, but it's going to look different when I get back. It might be more education than products, because it was just it was a labor intensive, and my body was like, I don't know if I could do this, So, so I'm excited. A lot of changes, but that's our life as entrepreneurs, right? We're constantly pivoting.
Yes.
So,
and let's talk about too, if you and your husband want to do like a live, maybe in the Facebook group, even on the
that would be great.
Instagram, the Business Crossing Network Instagram, let me know. It might be, what I'm trying to do going into 2023 is do more things that, how can I say, I don't want to say less effort, but less effort in the sense of trying to get one person here, one person there, right? Let's create one thing that people can go back to, review it, and check it out. So let's talk about that. You just let me know, honestly, and whatever time you want, put together like some information on it, and let's do a live in one of the groups. And that would awesome. Reach all the BCN members, and see who would benefit, because we're all looking for ways to streamline things. So
yeah, that would be great, Lita. Thank you. Awesome.
Of course. Yes. And of course, Andrea.
Hey, thank you so much, Lita. My name is Andrea, and I'm the founder of Wrapped in Chic. You can find me on Instagram or wrappedinchic.com. And my brand is all about encouraging women to embrace their uniqueness and their inner beauty, and realize it's important to build from the inside out. Many people try to tell us how we should look outwardly and our appearance and the things of that nature, but building from within is what's really important. And so I talk about embracing your inner chic, so to speak, because we want to look great. We hear about chic style, but how are you inside? How are you coping emotionally, mentally, even physically, and spiritually, if that's important in your life? And so that's what I encourage women to do. And I curate a unique collection of head wraps, turbans, and unique apparel as well to help women vibe and shine outwardly. And so I started even offering style sessions and some confidence boosting sessions. And that's what I'm looking forward to doing more of in 2023 as well as a few other things. So thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about my business.
Absolutely. And one thing I will say about Andrea that I love is one of the areas that I kind of struggle with is combining, pushing your self-worth and self-value and all that, but also the quality and the luxuriness, if that's a word, of it, right? Combining the two. And I feel like Wrapped in Chic really captures that. And I love what you're doing, Andrea, because you're not just saying, hey, love yourself and feel good about yourself. And you're also not just saying, here's some wraps and turbans. You found a nice way to combine, like, from your social media presence to the quality of your products. It's just, it's literally chic. It's literally something that actually makes you feel like quality, if that makes sense. So I commend you. Like, I haven't shared it with you, but you've actually encouraged me to always make sure you're adding that, right? Because I could talk about, loving yourself and coaching and mental health and all that all day. Mm-hmm. And we'll throw a bonnet on, a torn bonnet on and be good, just as good with
that. Thank you so much, Lita. I really appreciate it. I really do.
Yes. Awesome. Well, Tashina, do we have one more this year? I think we're trying to squeeze in one more, correct?
Yeah, because technically this one was November, because we had the little scheduling issue. So let's see, we have still on the 16th. We're going to talk about Strength Finders 2.0. So that's one of the services that I provide on the small business and entrepreneur side, as well as it's something that we did at my day job, but then we didn't utilize it to the full. And so I paid my own group coaching session to learn how to use that correctly to create a power statement. So I'm doing an overview of what Strength Finders is, why Strength Finders, and why it helps. And if you were to do sessions with me to create your power statement, how that would work.
I love it. I love it.
Yep.
Oh, Edna, go ahead.
One more question I have, Tashina. I love lavender, but I think I've developed an allergy to it. I can't use it anymore. What other essential oil would you recommend to help with relaxing, helping me sleep at night?
I'm going to look on what your scan said originally, because you also had a supplement scan. Mm-hmm. Remember, the red juice came up for you. That helps with sleeping as well, and regulating, as well as energy levels during the day. Okay. But usually I'd be interested to see what lavender you're using, because I've never had any type of allergy to any essential oil because they don't have proteins in it. Although I'm allergic to lots of trees. So I'd be interested to know which one you're using as well. But there's plenty of, like, chamomile, Melissa or lemon balm also is good. Cedarwood. A lot of people like cedarwood as well. So in a general sense.
Sense kind of, I used it and just kind of just brought me down. I don't know if that's
frankincense is grounding. It's definitely grounding. Yeah, it's definitely for the mind. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's some that's for mental rigidity, like frankincense, copaiba. Those would be the ones for mental rigidity. So if you're having trouble sleeping because your mind is racing, yeah, those would be the ones. Cedarwood it does both, actually, though.
Cedarwood. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, this has been amazing. Hopefully, again, we'll see each other one more time this year. And then hopefully everybody will be able to be at the BCN conference in April. It would be awesome to see everyone in person. So let me know. I know everyone on this particular call is coming from out of state. So if you are interested, let me know, because we can talk about I like to try to do little discounts and things for those who have to pay for a ticket.
Yeah, send me. It's been too crazy for me right now, but yeah. Yeah, let me know what I would need to do to be a speaker let me, because it would be a flight and a hotel for me. So
Yeah. And we do have a room block, but of course it still is a hotel fee. So yeah,
yeah.
let me put together something for that and then get you that information. And yeah, again, like I said, just let me know, anyone on the call, if you're interested, we could talk about ways to make it a little bit more user friendly for you to get there, because we really would love to see you. With that said, we are going to wrap it up. Tashina, as always, this has been amazing. I look forward to the next one. I look forward to us talking about what 2023 looks like and what kind of things we can offer as well. So I think that's hand claps. Thank you all for participating, and those who will watch on the replay. And with that said, we will sign off. Yes, I see some hearts.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks again.